So in this video we're going to be taking a look at installing a Nest thermostat to a Vaillant EcoTec Pro. So first thing we'll do is open up the box and see what we've got inside. Let me just adjust this down a little bit. Right, so I've got our display there, the little heat link and the wall mount, and we've got our screws in there as well. Right, so first thing we'll do is we'll pop open the boiler. So to do that, I think I've got a video of this on YouTube anyway. So we've got a nut underneath there that we need to undo. So if I go to my bag, you know what, we'll use backhoe. Who even likes Rothenberger? Right, so we're gonna undo this little nut here. And then we've got two little tabs that we're gonna push in. I don't know if you can see that. I've got another video on this anyway. So pop that up. Cool. Then pop that down. And then we've got our wiring exposed. So first thing we'll do is we'll just turn off the electrical connection underneath there. Now all of this cable should be dead. So what we're going to do is get our cable and start setting up the heat link. So that's that. Right, how we're going to do this is we're going to have a cable going from live and neutral to the boiler to live and neutral on this display. Then what we're going to do, we're going to put a link between live and 2. So we get our cable and it looks like there's already a hole here which isn't the greatest, but it is what it is. So one thing you want to bear in mind as well, I've installed a few of these, I can't remember off the top of my head, I think it's about 30 centimeters you want this heat link to be away. That's what it says in the instructions. So when you're doing your wiring, if there isn't a programmer on the wall already, just bear that in mind, that you want your cable to be around 30 centimeters long. So always like to leave a little bit of slack just in case you mess up somewhere, so that should be sufficient. And for the demonstration of this video, I'll just cut it here. And we're going to use our little wire stripling tool. So to put it on like that, twist it around, give it a pull, and it makes life a lot easier. So we're not going to be using the earth cable, so we'll cut that one off. Then we're left with our 4 cables. So, and then you can pick any colour you like. I don't know what your favourite is between black and grey, but for me I'm just going to pick grey. We only need 3 cables. Right, so live, neutral, and then this one will be going to the switch live to the boiler. So let's strip that back. I also want to get a flathead. A little bit smaller, we'll use this one. And we're going to make sure these are open. Right, so all of them are open. We'll put the neutral in first. Make sure that's tight, give it a pull, make sure it's not going nowhere. It's not. Right, so if we cut off another piece of cable here now. So again, we're just going to use live or brown, and we're going to have that going from, I'm sure you can see that, the L there to the 2. And like an idiot, I cut it, so it's stripping it, so we'll do that again. And that's going to be our link. What we'll do first is we'll pop in the live cable. Again, we're going to push it in as much as we can so there's no exposed wire. And now we want to do the same for the link. I always found these heat links be real fiddly sometimes, trying to get 2 cables in. Right, so that's the 2 or the 1 live cable within the link. So if we give them a pull, make sure none of them are coming out. And again, when you're doing it, you want to make sure that you don't see any exposed wire coming out. Then we're going to shove that into 2. And we'll give that pull. It's not coming out, so we're all good. Then we're going to strip this one back and put this in 3. This is going to be the switch live to the boiler. Alright, and that's it. So got a neutral on the left, live, link to 2, and then 3. So then if you want to, what you can do, just push that in there. Probably could make the cable short if you wanted to as well, but it's not the end of the world. Put our clamp on. Cool. So that's that all wired up, and then like I said, in an ideal world that'd be around 30 centimeters from the boiler. So that's that done. Now let's sort out this inside the boiler. So again, let's strip this back. About here. And we're going to remember to use the same colours. So if you forget, we use grey. So we're going to cut off black. And cut off this little furry thing as well. And we've got a nice little unique plug here. So usually with a Vaillant, you would have a plug that's free. For some reason this has got two and then a separate one. I'll see if I've got any spare ones in the van, but for now I'll just use this. So we can leave the earth, I guess. I think what I'll do as well, just because I'm here, I'll do that after. I'll touch it up and push that in a little bit more. Cool. So if we get that again, push in our live. It's a bit long, so let's trim that down. Put that into one, and don't drop it like me. So if we get thermostat cable, put that into one, or what should be live. Cool. Give them a pull, make sure they're not coming out. All good. Then we'll do our neutral. So we flip this around on that side to make life easier. We'll do this side as well. those in, tighten that up. Again, give it a pull, make sure they're not going anywhere. They're not. Right, so that's them done. So let's plug all of this back in. And again, I'll check in the fan if I've got another one of these. If not, I'll place an order and get a new one. So let's pop in, you know, while we're here, just quickly touch up this earth cable because it's going to bug me. Alright, give that a pull, it's all good. Pop these back in. So first let's put in earth. Great, one thing I noticed, the RT plug is missing. So now I'm definitely gonna have to go to the van and see if I've got one to plug it in there. Just before I run outside, you need to take the RT out anyway if there was no thermostat here. So if you didn't currently have a thermostat and you're just operating it from the front of the boiler on a Vaillant, then you've got a link that we need to take out. And it'll be the same principle with another boiler. If you never had a thermostat, there'll be some type of link that you need to take out. That's that. So now I'll run to the van and see if I can find a plug. Okay, so ran to the van, found the right connection that I needed there, so that's all good, that's all correct. Then I only had a few of these ones, so I'm just going to use this one here for the RT. But like I said, you should have one in there already. So we will pop that in. Okay. That's that. Cool, so that's everything wired now. You got your live, neutral and earth from the switch, live and neutral that sends power to P-Link. Then you've got your link from live to 2. Then that will then send power from 3 grey cable to a switch live, tell the boiler to fire up for all the heating. So what we'll do is then wire up the display. So for the display you've got 2 cables. We're going to put one in T1, T2, and they're going to go on this back plate and that would go on the wall somewhere. There's another option where you don't wire that up and you plug this in to a little USB connection. I think there might even be one there. There you are. Then that would go on like a little stand, but in this video we're going to hardwire it. So we only need 2 cables, that's perfect. We'll use black and grey again. Right, so 2 cables, T1, T2. That's that. Then you'll be able to put on your little clamping plate again. Then you would put this anywhere you would want the thermostat. So usually best places are always places not near a radiator or a window, a neutral place. So let's suppose you put that there, you run the cable there. Open already. So if that was on the wall, you'd have your cables either coming up from the back of it or poking out the wall, and plug them in. Right, so that's all the wiring done. So what I'm going to do, clean this all up and I'll show you a quick overview. Right, so as an overview, we got the live neutral earth coming from the switch that powers the boiler. From there we're taking power from the boiler to the heat link, so we've got live and neutral in there. That runs, connects into here. So we've got our neutral, live, then we've got a link between live and 2. Then we have our switch live, which is the grey cable that goes, tells the boiler to come on, then gives it demand. And we've got our T1 and T2, which connects to our thermostat or display here. So if this was all on the wall, we'd pop that on and we can turn the power on and we'll set up the thermostat. There you are. So once it's all set up, you should have a nice blue light on the heat link and you should have a display like this. So first we'll ask you to pick a language, then we'll ask you to connect the internet connection. I'll quickly do that for the customer now. So we'll connect it. I'm going to blur this out. So once you connect it to the internet, it might check for a software update, so let's let that run. Cool, so that's all done. Set up the location. Again, I'll skip that for privacy. So what we would want to do before I skip it, what I'll just do is I'll just do a fake one to show you, is you'll twist the actual whole thing round and it will change the letter. Once you've picked the letter you want, just click it again, then go to the next one, click it, next one, click it. Then if you want to do numbers, just spin anti-clockwise, then you should be able to put in your numbers there, and so on. Then once you're done at the end, just click the little tick, push it, and then you'll go on to the next step. I'm going to go back and put the right one in. Alright, that's that. So then just select which one applies for you. Probably going to be single family. Click that. Then you would put where the location is, so if it's in the hallway, the attic, the basement. So for here, let's just say hallway, equipment. So if you did have the app and you want to set that all up, you can do that, but we'll skip that for now. So if you did want to do that, you can do. If you wanted to back out this and you clicked on it by accident, just go to the little negative sign, hold down on it, push down, and it'll take you back to the screen. Temperature, you can choose what the eco temperature is. I usually just leave it standard. Then you can connect to the Nest app. How you would do that is you download the app onto the customer's phone, then it will ask you to add a product in the settings. Once you've done that, you can just scan this little barcode at the back, then that should set it up to the app. I'll add that at the end. Right, so we'll skip that for now. Click finish, and that is it. That is everything set up. So on here, I believe we need to turn that up to whatever temperature they want. Usually people have that at max, so we'll put it to 75 for them. And if we turn this round to hotter than the current room temperature it feels it is, that should click. You should get a little radiator symbol, and that is it. That is the thermostat set up. Again, to turn it off, just go below. Right, so how you set up the Nest app is once you've created your account or you've signed in using a Google account, you're just going to click continue. Then you can choose what you want your home to be. Let's just say home. Then you'll add your address. It's not going to let me do that. I'll do this bit and then cut it out. So once you've entered in your address, it will then ask you about email preferences. You can choose what you want to do, click next. Then it will ask you whether you want to use your phone's location for home away assist. I usually click not now because it just starts to make things complicated. So I'd push that. But if you did want to learn that, just click that button, learn more. So once you've done all of that and you click continue, this is the type of home page you should get. We're going to click add product. Then you can scan that little code on the back. So if we go to here, then we're going to click already installed. You're going to enter the key that pops up on the front. So in terms of how you do that, I will now create another video switching to my camera. So your entry key is you're going to push down on the display, twist it anti-clockwise to go to settings, push down on it, and you're going to want to twist it clockwise until you get to the one that says Nest app. I'm not sure if you can see that or it's blurry. There you go. So So push down on that, click get entry key. I'm not going to show you my entry key, I don't know if I'm allowed to show that or not, but it will show a code, and then you're going to enter that in, and then you should be able to enter that into your phone. So once you've entered in your entry key and you've clicked return, this is what you should get, and click done, and that is it. So now if you wanted to use your thermostat, all you have to do, click on there, and then from there you can twist up. That will then fire up the boiler, or you can twist it down, or you can have it at a certain temperature so it maintains that temperature. But I'll do a whole nother video on setting up times and things like that, but this is just how to install it and set it up. But there you go, that is setting up a Nest thermostat on the Vaillant EcoTec Pro. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. I'm back posting videos regularly now. I've been swamped with work, but at least a couple of times a week you should see new videos. If you did want to get access to all of my videos, again, just go to my site. But yeah.